People thought we had lost our minds on the GitHub valuation because we were the first money in. It was a big check. It was our biggest check, Series A check of the time, at a very high valuation. People also thought that about Skype. So thank you, Microsoft, in both cases for proving that we were not complete idiots.
Mark
So,
see the irony in that.
Mark would love to see, he deeply appreciates the irony in this. For those of you that don't know, Netscape was involved in a massive antitrust case with Microsoft that Netscape was on the short end of the stick on. So, yay, Microsoft. It's a whole new Microsoft, by the way. Satya is doing such an amazing job turning that ship. But here's what I think sort of GitHub says about the software community and sort of investing in general. So the old way to build value in enterprise companies was as follows. You build a technology, you get a couple customers, and then you hire a Mercedes driving, Rolex wearing set of salespeople to go sell the value to a CIO. The CIO buys your product at $1 million, so I'm thinking Oracle, I'm thinking SAP, that era of company. And they basically declare it an industry standard, and they force everybody in their organization, whether they like it or not, to deploy that technology. That way of building a company no longer works. The new way of building that exact same company is that you open source something. You jump in front of the parade that results from you open sourcing company, where people just use that tech. And you get adoption inside an organization so that by the time you hire a salesperson to land in that account, there's already 12, 15, 20 teams using it. And your salesperson's responsibility is basically to get the enterprise roll-up deal. In other words, how much will you charge them for all you can eat because they don't want to pay the per seat price? Okay? So Slack is also like this, right? Like they didn't open source anything, but like whew, that thing just, everybody was using Slack, right? It was the thing. And so basically the old way, enterprise salesperson winning Gartner Magic Quadrant, right, is no longer the way it's done. And so bottoms up adoption from developers who have budget and sway for the first time, right? Because it used to all be IT's money. Now it's software engineering. And why software engineering? Because somebody smart, I once wrote an editorial for the Wall Street Journal, software is eating the world, right? Which is every company has become a software company. Therefore, the importance of the software developer is the highest it's ever been in our ecosystem. And therefore, a sales process that starts with an engineer making a decision on an open source project or making a decision on an API, that's sort of the way that you get to build these big companies, which is win adoption, have the salesperson get to ride that momentum by the time that they arrive, and that's the new way. By the way, flashing back to Netscape days, because I'm old now, I get to tell the old people stories. The way we built the browser business, believe it or not, we sold the browser in the early days of Netscape, was very similar, which is people wanted to surf the internet. And they found our browser, they downloaded it, and as a sales strategy, the first call to a big company would be into the legal office, right, literally the general counsel, saying, hey, did you know that there are 12,262 people at your organization using Netscape? And you're in violation of a software license. And that opened a lot of doors from a sales point of view. So get usage, send somebody to collect the value, actually worked for Netscape, and it is sort of the new pattern for building an enterprise software company.